Welcome back, everybody, on this Saturday action of the 2022 NXL World Cup here on the NXL Premier Field. I'm Vince from Let's Talk Paintball, joined here by Distortion standout player Dan Sensi. How you doing today?
Doing real well, man.
Yeah, the game you guys had against TCP looked good.
It's tight out there, man. It's real tight. 3 grinder points.
So we were talking about you carrying 13 pods over there, not letting anybody move. Seen that pod pack sagging.
I mean, yeah, I'm dropping 9, 10 a point right now.
Yeah, just at this point, just trying to lock off that side. So if you're just now joining us, thank you so much. Appreciate you out there. In this set, we have Austin Notorious taking on the Padres, Killers taking on Ruthless Factory. We just watched Chicago Distortion beat up on TCP Machine, winning 4-0, and the Newbies taking a tough loss to PMOB. You can go back and watch that one after today's action has happened. So on your screen right now, Notorious, big breakout there as we're seeing players go all the way up to the center. Oh, but we got to be careful.
Great lanes by FSU on the break, taking 2 out of the laydown wing in the middle and the juice box in the back.
Yeah, Padres. It looks like it's all tied up, though, as FSU also loses 2. So 3-on-3 action right now as Rodriguez gets into the snake, going into snake 3. He's going to try to wrap and shoot across. Wow, great job. Now, if he just is going to get the. What an amazing job. The Padres player did not know that the player had made it into snake 3, and they end this one pretty fast.
That was a quick one. That hasn't happened much out here that I've seen.
So I believe that was actually not Rodriguez. That was Ivan Gonzalez. So Gonzalez doesn't have a name on the back of his jersey. New pickup for Notorious coming down from from DMG and helping out. And DMG actually having a very good day yesterday, going 1-1. So, Ivan right now really helping out the Notorious squad. They need to win this match. I believe Notorious went 1-1 yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So they need to win this one and the next one to hopefully have a chance to make it on.
TCP and PMOB were the only 2 undefeateds out of our bracket yesterday.
Okay, there we go.
So it's real tight in our bracket right now.
Yep. So PMOB squeaking out that win against Newbies. So that'll put Newbies at 0-3. PMOB at 3-0. So PMOB looking strong this event. Struggled a little bit the last 2 events, but looking really good on this one as we're getting ready to break out for Killers and Ruthless Factory. Killers been a steady force in their first season, their rookie season here in semi-pro.
Ruthless trying to take the snake corner, gets smoked out of there.
Now Ruthless Factory, they pick up Greg Montalvo from Latin Saints, previously of the ML Kings, coming down to try to help them out. Oh, but he's gonna ask for a check. Actually, I don't know if that's Greg.
I believe it is.
Is it number 5? Okay, yes. So it is Greg. So Greg's going to ask for a check. It's going to be called clean. He's up in the center trying to wheel and deal.
Killer's still up a body.
So you can see there, we're going to see this battle go down quite a bit. Player in that wedge on the snake side and a player in that center structure right there.
It looks like Greg in that center is just really trying to lock out the Doritos.
Yeah, but Killer's going to lose one off the snake side, though, so tough loss for them as Montalvo is going to try to lock down that Dorito side. I mean, this field has really been playing out Dorito center heavy. So you can see they're the back line right now for the Killers.
Ruthless losing another one out of the Doritos.
Also, all is it tied up on bodies now? 3-3?
4-3.
4-3. So Killers still having 4.
Yeah,
Ruthless having 3.
Look for this Killers player to make a move through the center to pull out the wall. Oh, no, but did Ruthless make it out to the snake corner?
Did he make it alive?
He did.
Wow, what a great move by a Ruthless player getting out the snake corner.
But he gets shot.
Oh, that's a tough one. So they don't
Here
know.
it is.
You gotta be careful. Oh, and Greg's going to get a back massage. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, the tower player dropped his zone there, and Greg unfortunately had to pay the toll.
4-on-1 now, and that is 5 bodies shot from Ruthless.
So Killer's feeling really good about that. I believe that's blue, number 5 for Killers. So if you're a semi-pro team out there and you're watching this back, if you could do me a favor and give me a roster with the last names and phonetically how to say their names, because catching a lot of comments about I'm not saying players' last names right, but it's like, hey man, I've been asking you guys for
has 13 letters.
4 events. If your last name's Ocho 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 and that's not how you pronounce it, sorry about you. So I'm gonna try to give love and shout outs to the number on your jersey. But Dan, mine and your relationship goes back a little bit. We play for the same organization. I was able to meet you while I was playing for the Wisconsin Infamous program. So
a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's awesome to see your development and you getting a chance out here on the semi-pro with Distortion.
Yeah, that joining that team is a big portion of getting here and earning a spot to play consistently and getting up that ladder. And Wisconsin Infamous, a really, really great divisional program to learn from, because you don't get to learn from the best very often, and Cody Mikowski's out there helping everybody. So big shout out to the Mikowski family.
Yep, and Infamous not having a great day yesterday, unfortunately going 0-2 on the pro field. But as we are getting into the action here, Padres moving all the way up into that the wing
structure. The wedge
structure.
gets shot. That is not a good thing.
Wow, great job of the Padres getting that kill off the center, as they're also going to lose Keegan as well. So Notorious down 2 bodies, and they're going to lose their back center player as well. So just 2 bodies left alive right now for Notorious, as Padres guns right now are just absolutely. Oh, as I say that though, they do shoot a player out of that the 40-yard line wedge, but Padres just storming down the field.
Yeah, they're a little too aggressive there in the gunfight. Heads up.
So you can see the movement right now on the Doritos side as the Padres player is all the way down into Notorious' side of the field.
It looks like Notorious is in the Doritos side tower and the Snake side juice box here.
Yeah, I would look for.
The guns are split, so there is a move through the center to be made, but only up 1 body now for Padres, as far as I can tell.
As you can see there, the Notorious player, I believe it's Ivan Gonzalez, trying to fight out of the spot right now. Oh, but he's going to catch a couple, unfortunately, trying to.
Dorito corner only.
Yeah, stave
off.
He
runs into a gun. Got to work with your teammates closing this field. There's just so many good zones to come out.
It's a 3-on-1. Oh, it looks like a little double bunker action about to. Oh, as the Notorious player just gets absolutely.
And it looks like
up.
Chris Straza is going to get a major.
No! So major penalty assessed before the buzzer is hit. So this may end up being a no point.
Yeah, let's see what the refs call here.
So right now we're looking at Padres, who had that point locked down, get a major penalty at the last couple seconds. And the refs are trying to figure out right now if there's not enough bodies to assess the penalty, it is a dirty hang, or technically right, because the major they hit it. Or not dirty hang, but it's like they hit it while the penalty was being assessed.
Right, so they're looking for 2 bodies there, and if the player that hit the buzzer is one of those 2 bodies, it's just a null and void.
It's a null and void point.
It's not technically dirty because the penalty wouldn't be on the player hitting the buzzer.
Gotcha.
But
so
the rulebook is a little gray area there about how that process.
So that's what I was trying to get clarification from the ref. I heard someone say that the point should go the other way, so that's why I was curious as to
Ryan, our local Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him from playing up in CXBL when that was still a thing.
So, all right, so Notorious does get the point.
Ryan.
We're getting some clarification real quick. Ryan. So the ultimate for this field, Ryan. So even though Padres hung it, Notorious is going to get the point.
Yeah, so since the player eliminated the last Notorious player with a hit on him, we have to give them the point because there's not enough bodies, and that player technically still be alive.
Gotcha.
That's a major swing right there.
That is. So in that situation there, because the player was hit with a hit, and so kind of break that down. So the player who hung the towel, right, was hit and shot somebody. So
no, the guy who hung the flag was fine. It was this guy closing out the snake had a hit on him, and he was the one trailing off the Notorious player trying to fill out.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's why I have Dan Sensi in the booth here with me to clarify that. Top-level semi-pro talent. As we get into this Ruthless Killers match.
Killers up a body.
Yep.
Is that Greg coming out?
Yeah, they're really keying up on Greg right now on trying to get him out.
He's the most experienced player on that roster. If you can pull him out, that's a big brain off the field.
So here we go again. Ruthless trying to stop the bleeding after losing one off the break. Killers right now 5 bodies up, I believe. Haven't seen anybody walk off for them.
I think you're correct.
Wide shot here, so we have a player. So you can see the Killers back line. I'm only seeing 4 there, but he might be stuck in the blind spot there for us.
He could also be in that little Dorito.
So Ruthless making their way all the way up into the center. So they're right now, you can see there, so Guest in the corner there, number 99.
I think he's literally a guest of the team.
There we go.
Between the name Guest and the number 99, it's kind of generic. I think it's literally a guest player. So I could be wrong. If your last name is Guest, I apologize.
Oh, they do get Hosky, though, so Hosky takes the walk. And another Killers player, so really quickly, that Killers player, he was in the Doritos. That's why we couldn't see him. So, but they do lose 2. So 1 body advantage right now to Ruthless, which seemed like a kind of a tough start for them.
Ruthless now in the snake corner, the Dorito 1 and the mini wing against a mini wing, a Dorito tower, and don't know where that other player is.
I believe number 99 Guest is Max Wakefield.
Yeah.
He's I believe he's a European player. That's who's guesting with them right now.
Oh, so Killers have 2 bodies in the laydown wing. They are doubled up in the laydown wing and the Dorito corner. Against the snake corner, a wing, and a Dorito 2 now.
Gotcha. So the laydown wing, you
Dorito
can
3.
Since he's talking about player just moved out of that, there was actually 2 doubled up in there. So he's making the move back.
This guy needs to keep his pack way down. With this hill, that home can absolutely shoot that move.
Got to be careful. Looks like he has a hit on his leg.
Not anymore.
That hit is gone. Little Jedi mind trick action there. Good job. Play on, player.
Wakefield again.
So doing work. Wrapping is going to get 1. Does he get the other one? So there's a little cut
He's
right here.
shooting a bounce shot right now, trying to get him to bounce into that Dorito corner.
So if you can see here on your screen, number 99 shooting the tower. The tower bunker, you see a lot of paint on there. It's a bounce shot into the corner. He's trying to get that.
Yeah, that guy got out of that corner immediately.
Very quick. He's like,
yeah. This is a bad spot.
So number 6 there for the Killers on your screen, trying to pick up where that body's at.
Wakefield all the way down onto the other end. Should be able to get a nice shot onto the mini wing.
Wow, great job.
So
wrapping
really nice job by him. Oh.
Got to be careful. They're losing the body right now.
This Killers player is behind him now. They don't know. They do not know that.
Oh, what an amazing move by the Killers player who is going to shoot out the person. Uh-oh.
It looks like Ruthless is going to get a minor here.
All right, so Ruthless got a minor, no bodies to assess, so that point will go to Killers. And it looks like that Ruthless is going to start down a body as well.
So great job by that Killers Dorito player.
Number 6 here, just absolutely going to town.
He was in a bad spot, getting shot out of that Dorito corner.
I believe that's Smith, number 6 there from the Killers, doing a phenomenal job. So this is what you want to see. Players making big moves like that when they have to, right? He definitely did a good job zoning up on that spot, understanding the situation, realizing he had to get out of that back spot because Ruthless had made it all the way down into their snake.
That was a matter of time in a can. Oof.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's the moment right there that we needed to see out of the Killers.
So I'm going to go with that being Wakefield. So real nice job by him.
Yeah, Wakefield getting into the snake. Unfortunately, just Killers had enough read and react there in that situation. So as of the breakout here, Padres going deep all the way into that wing. I mean, at this point, a lot of players are just going straight up there and can live there. That was your move there for the game, locking down that whole entire side once you get there.
Yep. There's just such a great zone out of that spot. So it looks like we got that snake side wedge against a wall here. Padres have 2 in the home bunker. Gonna get 1, gonna get 2.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, did he not get the second player?
I don't think he got him.
He didn't get him.
So that was Matt Smith, a.k.a. Smitty number 6 there for the Killers.
Padres coming right out of there.
Yeah, great job here. Great movement. So FSU looking a lot tighter today than they've looked previously. So unfortunately, they are going to lose
At least
Sherman.
2. So they have a snake feeder, a wall, and a Dorito corner.
So white smoke here up in the center, trying to figure out. So Marky, they're trying to figure out
3 on 3. Oh, and he lets the snake player fill out.
Yeah, that's
But
tough.
Good, smart move moving back now that he's been seen.
So he's mirrored up now with the Padres player. Kurtzler.
Oh, and he gets shot.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Padres now in the snake.
This is one of those
Their
situations.
snake wedge. Snake player needs to be real careful. He gets snapshot.
Oh, Rodriguez takes the walk, and it looks like
Padres
oh
gonna
my
take this
goodness.
point.
They're going to welcome Ivan Gonzalez here to semi-pro with a couple extra heaters.
That's fine.
We've seen a little bit of action there so far. Refs letting it go. You know, not
As
getting.
long as it's, it's not excessive. And there were 2 guns shooting at him there.
Yeah.
If each gun shoots for a second, that's 20 paintballs flying at you.
And they were trying to pinch him. I mean, that's pretty standard move. Guys coming in from 2 different angles, pinch that guy out.
There's some reactionary time. Your paint's already in the air. You see the gun go up, and then you stop. There's still another 5-8 paintballs going that way.
Yeah, there was a yesterday. In my opinion, I think it should have been overshooting where someone was signaled out and put their gun up, and they were getting ready to walk out, and some guy came through. Was it you? Was it you that got shot?
I don't know, maybe.
Someone was at the wedge, and they signaled they were out, and they were getting ready to walk out, and someone came on the snake and just absolutely torched them.
With my hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah, that was Clark Stetton, another Michigan kid.
So on the
Moved to Philly
breakout
a few
here,
years ago.
Ruthless Factory losing one off the rip. So great job by the Killers.
Here's the thing. The Killer's getting into the snake here, and they cannot stop him. The refs need to make sure they're not shadow. He's
He's got to check his pod pack. He's looking at the ref.
He's going to give it away right now.
He just looked at the ref and said, so he is shot. Oh.
He could have closed that entire game by himself right there.
Yeah, number 8 there, unfortunately, giving the ref the old look like, am I shot? And the refs weren't even looking at him. So that's a tough one.
And that one's straight that hill right there. You can shoot down in the snake on this side of the field, but not the other one.
So as you can see right now on your screen, Killers moving deeper into the Dorito side there, 5-5-6.
So now we have a 5-on-4. Killers have 4. Ruthless still has 5. I haven't seen.
No, Ruthless lost one off the break.
Okay, I missed that. So 4-on-4.
Coming in, checking the rub there. So ref's doing a really great job.
Doing a 360 at the wall. Number 9.
Hey, he was making sure every angle was safe. So things starting to break down a little bit.
Another out of the juice box in the back. Oh my gosh! They don't see him, and now they do.
Wow! So that was the Killers player ran all the way past the Ruthless player in the 50-yard line wall. Didn't see him there. So
it is difficult to pick up where bodies are closing these games out. You have to really, really work with your teammates.
Yeah, and as you can,
with the zones out of the back, it's real easy to run into a gun. If that wall had been the other way, it would have been a free kill. Him just streaking down the field like that. And then he could have flipped back and shot the Dorito player, who also didn't see him.
So let's talk about the gaps, lanes in this field right now. The largest lanes, much bigger on the snake, correct, than they're on the Dorito side.
Significantly larger. It's a major risk sending somebody to the snake side wide on the break. That's why you don't see it very often. They're incredibly shootable from 3 or 4 different spots by 3 or 4 different guys.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where we haven't seen the snake be as much of a factor on this field because of that. But on the breakout here, all the way up into that wing again, we have the back line. So Padres doubling up the back center there.
Losing a gunfight early in the match out of that clutch spot.
Yeah, that's one of the things you don't want to see is losing that battle going up there.
Now,
but
the Padres do have the mini wing cross, which can protect the snake feeder zone, but it's a very far shot. So you have to be just launching paint through there. If he stops for a second, they will have the ability to fill out and then start putting pressure on the juice box here.
So Notorious, a little better field position right now as they do have a player up in the can, doubling up that. Bateman getting the check, and Bateman's like, nah, dog, I'm not hit. But Sherm is going to get the hit. Oh, and a minor penalty is assessed. Oh, no. So Sherman gets the minor penalty, which pulls out Bateman, Ty Bateman, and then Marky Franz, a.k.a. hashtag White Smoke, has to stop the bleeding there over on that side, has to move out. So now what looks like a better body and field advantage for FSU. Now they're down a body due to a penalty.
They are down a body, but they are in a better spot.
They are. They're in that wedge on the snake side. We're going to see that move up to the can. And let's see if he uses that to get to the wall, as he does have a player go past him into the tower. So as you can see right now on the field,
that snake side wedge cross is still not a threat to that Dorito Tower player yet. You can't really see it until after the next Dorito.
So here's the situation.
Like Florida State or FSU is zoning up through the cross to prevent them to go from here.
So Padres doing a really good job pushing the center now. So they have a player in that wedge on the snake side, the can, and the tower. They do have a guy on the juice box in the back, stop-gapping everything to make sure no one can move to the snake. The FSU, so Notorious on the other hand, has a player in the snake wedge, the back tower, and the back juice box.
Now Padres moving into the wall. They really want to pick on this wedge player right now.
So this is, so look for this player right now. He's going to wrap and see if he makes the move. Oh, he gets picked up he gets picked up, so he's not going to make the move. Oh, but unfortunately the player stood up a little too tall for Notorious and gets shot.
Got his head peeled off by the wall.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you're popping the top like that, you have to be careful.
If you think there's a wall, there's probably a wall.
So British, unfortunately, had to take the walk on that one. But they
Padres pick up another, or FSU picking up another kill there.
So
2-on-2. Padres really pushing the issue here, though.
So this is one of those situations.
They've crossed onto FSU side of the field and should easily pick up that.
Yeah, they did. They got both kills. So I was going to say
Padres grabbing a hang here.
8 minutes left to go.
Lots of time.
Padres look like they're going to end up tying it up. Yeah, that's one of those situations where that penalties, and we talked about that with Ryan Gray, who was in the booth with us, who's the coach, legendary player and coach himself. So he was a player for several years. He coached and owned the Texas Storm franchise. He also was a coach of X Factor, which they have an amazing documentary on Amazon as well, BKIT. If you haven't seen it, go watch that on Amazon Prime. But he was talking about how penalties can really swing a point. You could be up, you could be looking like everything's good, and one penalty, even a minor, in a situation like that at a key spot, can unfortunately lose the point. Where in that situation, Notorious had lost both their back players, which were zoning off.
They're throwing a lot of penalties today too. It feels like significantly more than yesterday.
I mean, I'll tell you this: the WNXL, which we watched at the end of the day, which if you haven't seen that, you can go back and watch that on the NXL Facebook page. We had all the WNXL action. Had a little bit of technical difficulties yesterday during the semi-pro set, so we were trying to get everything worked out. The hurricane didn't help much, but the Cheetahs in the WNXL, they literally, I don't think, played 2 points in a row, which they didn't get a penalty. So players out here, you gotta play clean. Refs are gonna catch you eventually. So in this situation, big breakout here, all the way into the snake. He runs wide on that one, gets directly into the snake.
Real careful.
Oh, but he does get clipped from the corner. So the ref takes a heater to the head as well. So refs out here, working very hard, putting themselves in harm's way to make sure we're playing a clean game here. So shout out to the refs doing a phenomenal job on this field. Now, weather has become a little bit of a factor. As you can see, it is foggy, starting to clear up a little bit, but you can see that the smoke from the gun.
It is so difficult to see through your own shots right now. there were several times where I just had to stop shooting and just kind of like check things off.
So it looks like Greg Montalvo there all the way up. So you can see there. Oh, but he pops the top and gets caught. So I was going to say a little commentator curse there for Greg. Sorry about that, Greg. He was up in the wedge on the other side. So Ruthless.
It really seems to be the first point that Ruthless really, really lost by a lot of bodies. They were in a lot of those other points.
Yeah, I don't know if Ruthless toweled that.
They did.
So that would mercy rule loss then.
5.
Yeah,
That's
it's 4-0.
It's 4-0. So now
I believe that was the 5-0.
Well, then I don't know.
We'll double check that. I'm pretty sure the scoreboard said 4-0 on that, and then they just towed it, which would have made it 5-0. We'll see. We'll see what that is. It may be, obviously weather plays a factor in everything out there. Scoreboard's a little bit of an issue. So we'll see what happened there in that one specifically. We'll see that we may have seen the end of that match.
This one, nice and tight.
Nice and tight. 7 minutes left to go. 7:49 on the clock.
5-on-5.
Great breakout.
Similar spots. Almost exactly mirrored up, with the exception being FSU's can to Padres wedge. But now FSU losing a player out of the Dorito mini wing, I thought. And FSU now moving into the wall.
So great job by FSU putting up into the wall.
He's going to start hunting for kills to the inside.
I believe that's Paul Hubert there getting up in the center for FSU, trying to wheel and deal over the window. He's got to be careful as he's going back and forth. So his team just made the call. So he's directed his gun directly at the snake side of the field. Got to be careful, though, because if he leaves that Dorito side too open.
GCP did this to us. Right now, it doesn't look like FSU has the Dorito side wedge.
Oh, covered. Great job. He's going to pull a penalty as well?
It looks like he is.
Wow, so Padres going to get a penalty play. So this one, Hubert set it up perfectly. So Notorious called the shot. Hubert locked up. Oh, second commentator curse of the day.
He did his job, though. He
did. So Hubert was able to get that kill.
3-on-1. And that is the last player for Padres. Still a lot of time in this match.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time.
And a little bit of chirping going on, too, as Padres at last point was chirping the new guy, Ivan Gonzalez. Just picked him up, former D5 player.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Ivan. Ivan, again, big story there, coming down from DMG to help out his boys on Notorious.
Killers and Ruthless are coming out for another point. So
the hang the towel was 4-0 instead of 5-0. So that's good.
So I guess we'll see some fireworks here, because you don't towel that to sit.
Dude, scorekeeping tent on point this event. As soon as they toweled it, bang, that point was on there. So great job there by all the staff and everybody out here helping out. It was a journey to get everything working properly so we could play these points. So Killers Ruthless Factory here. Killers on your screen.
Greg Montalvo straight to the wall. He's looking for the move through to go create some chaos.
And he's going to, as soon as he came out, unfortunately they had him locked up. So tough one there. I mean,
the thought is that Killers expected that.
Yeah, they
just had the zone covered.
Really keen up on him.
Ruthless player in the wall maybe got shot. He's asking for a check right now.
I think he caught the bounce. We have seen a couple bounces so far.
Clean. So, yep, still in the wall. So I'm looking at 3 Ruthless players against 4.
So there's
Hosky
players. So Ellinger, number 7 in the Doritos right now, trying to figure. Looks like he's doing a little surgery, breaking paint.
Time is an issue for Ruthless right now.
Yeah, they got to score. They have to 5 minutes 56 seconds on the clock.
It can be done, but it is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, they got to be careful. As Killers just content to just roll their guns and not make any big moves. Oh, that's a tough one there.
They're happy to bring any time off the clock they can, and they're up a body.
So you can see there, the Killers, this is when you know Killer's body position right now. They don't need to move. So you can see there, player number 22, he could launch into the Doritos, but he's just looking around, making sure he's locking off that zone, not trying to make any get a penalty in the situation.
And this Killer's Dorito player back here is only shooting at the snake feeder. He's not even engaging with his mirror heads up. His paint's going straight to protect the zone. He's just like, nobody can move. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. So Killer's 4 bodies, I believe, still left alive right now. You can see there on your screen.
Ruthless still with 3 with the wall, the mini wing in back, and the juice box. The juice box is crossed right now. I'm not real sure where he's trying to put his paint.
Maybe he's just trying to stop any sort of Dorito movement, watch over that wall player. I don't know if the can blocks him out, though.
Yeah, to a large degree. There's some shots over that you can drop him into like the Dorito corner and whatnot. But being down bodies, being down points, you got to work your way up the field. You got to find a way. This looks like Frazier coming through and taking a trade out of there. So now it's a 2-on-3.
And right now, Killers, now they're up on in that 50-yard line brick. So you can see there on the Doritos side. Now they're just walking through the Doritos. Hosky makes a tactical retreat.
Shoots the brick. He did not know that he was alive, but the Ruthless player missing his shot. Going to clean him up, though.
Oh, and he's going to make him feel it. So great job there. Yeah, this is where you have to be careful. Ruthless player had the drop on him, but missed that first shot. So number 22 from the Killers comes through. Great job there. So that will mercy rule win there for Killers. So 5-0. Ruthless, obviously, newer semi-pro team. This is a building year for them.
Absolutely. So it's a steep learning curve.
And you got to take your lumps, right? Unfortunately, in situations like this, you're going to take your lumps. So we'll see how Ruthless, I believe that puts them at 0-3, I believe. So, a situation where try to go out the next game, try to win, right? Go out, end the tournament on at least a win. We'll see them later on. But now, tighter match here as Padres, which Padres history there, they're kind of an amalgamation of the old Wolfpack team and a couple different other teams merged together. So they're down by 1 right now to Notorious. You're going to see a good breakout here. So Ivan Gonzalez goes out wide.
Their home shooter from FSU picking up a shot heads up over the brick on the Padres player going to the wedge.
I believe that was British that went through the middle. Rodriguez gets shot out on the Dorito side.
4-on-4 here.
So great job by both teams to zone up on those spots.
FSU looking at the snake side wedge, Dorito tower, the home, and the snake side juice box against a snake side juice box, a home, a Dorito side tower, and a wall.
So number 27 here from the Padres shooting over the. Now Padres a little better field position here as they do have someone in that tower on the Dorito side.
They both have towers on the Dorito side.
And then you can see
they're
Huber
looking to
there.
Zone out heads up. So it's 45 for Padres. Is slightly in a better position to attack. And FSU's snakeside wedge player seems pretty content to just protect that zone.
DeFaro Huber.
Trusting his back player there to protect the snake zone.
Yeah, he's looking. They'll say DeFaro Huber here. He's looking across, trying to lock off. He's trying to see if he can wrap, which look for him to start trying that wrap. Look, he's going to play a little looser. I think he gets one. Oh, he does. He does get a kill. So great job by Huber there to shoot out a player on the Dorito side. Man, that was a lock-up kill right there. That's what they needed. And looks like they're going to get the wedge player. Oh, but he's going to get taken out in the process,
yeah.
so got to be careful.
Did he get a ball on FSU's wedge? It doesn't look like it.
No, White Smoke's still alive?
Markey, I think, is in the
tower.
The
so
tower
I'm trying
back
to see who
there.
that was. I was going to call him out
and now they're calling him out.
All right, so they're going to call him out now. And
so it's now the Padres on the other side of the field on the Doritos.
So they are going to call the penalty. So the penalty looks like, and the head ref takes a domer, unfortunately.
Looks
That's
like
going to hurt.
2-on-1 in FSU's favor against the Dorito Tower, but I don't think they know where he's at, and that should be the kill right there.
Yeah,
misses him.
Ivan Gonzalez hits. No, he gets into the hopper. He's hit on the hopper.
Is he?
He's definitely hit on the hopper.
I thought.
Yeah, Gonzalez called that shot. I've seen it explode on his hopper.
It looked like he went into that bunker with yellow on his hopper already.
It might have been rub.
So from this distance, it's hard to tell whether or not he shot him. And you see what he's doing here. He's being real smart about the close. He knows where the bodies were, but he doesn't know that they've shot all 5. So he's working with his teammate way across field and just making sure that they're not going to run into a blind player.
So there we go. So they understand the close now. So great job. Hit the buzzer, they're saying. Okay, so they toweled it. So, yeah, that's what we needed in that situation right now. Needed that towel.
Really, really nice close there by FSU.
Yeah, and Padres got to try to save the point or save the time here as they're down by 2 now. 3 minutes 22 seconds left to go. Now we are in X ball, so what that means is in every set 4 teams play. So 2 of those teams are now done with their match. So now the other 2 teams left is going to be Notorious and Padres. 3 minutes 22 seconds left on that game. Now, if you see teams switching sides, that's because every time a point is scored, the teams will switch sides. When there's a no point, teams will stay on the same side. So Notorious is going to be in their tiger striped jerseys.
Yeah, the way I think about do you switch sides or not is anytime the number is even, you play at your own box, and anytime the score adds up to being odd, you play at the other side. That's the easiest way I think of it.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, what's the score?
You're a teacher. You know how to break things down.
4-2, our side. It's even.
So right now we have on your screen. So we do have a timeout. Looks like Padres took a timeout. They're trying to kind of so similar, and we've seen other sports. Padres is trying to ice Notorious right now. Right, the momentum that they have, they need to try to slow them down. You need to try to ice them a little bit and see if they can swing the momentum. So 3 minutes, plenty of time to come back.
Yeah, 2 points, 3 minutes. It's very possible. You shoot at the right guy on the break at the right time, and you take advantage of it. But also with X-Ball, conditioning can become huge. Even though the break itself is longer at 2 minutes, the time between your points is much shorter because it's 1 minute plus the other team's point.
Absolutely.
So now you're back and you're like, you hang the flag, you get back, and you're already 10 seconds, 15 seconds into break time. You grab a swig of water, you get cleaned up, you get your pack filled up, and you try to get back out there quickly. You have to jog out to the box if you're on a flip, and it can get tight real quick.
So just like Dan was talking about, 2 minutes in between each point in X-Ball. So, yeah, that conditioning definitely going to play a factor. Because spinning, usually
hit organization, huge part of it. Hey, I need my gun aired up. I need it cleaned. I need pods. Oh, we don't have any pods filled. You don't have 1 minute plus the other team's point to knock out 5 or 6.
So that's a good point you made there is the pit, how crucial those pit crews are. And a lot of people don't understand. So if you're a loved one, family member, friend at home, pit crews are so important. So a paintball team, everyone thinks is just maybe the 5 players or 10 players on the roster, right? It's more than that. You have your coach, you have your support staff, filling pods, cleaning pods, wiping you off, pod runners, right? So this really is one of those sports that is all inclusive to everybody. So maybe you don't want to be the person on the field getting shot, but maybe you still want to be involved. This is a perfect opportunity where you can come in, you can help out your player, whoever it may be. Wipe off somebody if they're hit on their pod pack, because we've seen it time and time again where someone will, they don't have a good pit crew. They'll get shot in the pod pack. They don't see it.
Even if you do have a solid pit crew, stuff like that can be missed in X-Ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a point I was watching Blast Camp, and Kyle Baran had a hit way up underneath his pack. He did not get shot on the break, and he goes into a bunker, leans over, and the ref saw it and called him out.
Yeah,
you could see it when he turned around on the box before the point, and I went, "Oh, Kyle, no!"
Yeah, yeah, it's a tough situation.
So he's going to get called out, or he's going to get a penalty later, and it's just like,
Yeah, so, that's a hard one.
And that happened in an X-Ball situation. He's a great player. He turns and flips points a lot.
Yes.
And if you're taking a lot of paint, it's tough. So the importance of the support of the pit crew cannot be understated, and it just becomes that much more important during an X-Ball situation.
Absolutely. So on your screen right now, as we have this technical timeout, so I believe Padres originally took the timeout, but now the clock is having some issues here. So again, weather playing a huge part in the electronics. You know, moisture, rain doesn't like electronics. So we do have a little bit of stoppage on the break time clock as we're getting ready to get into this awesome Notorious Padres match. Do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here: ProSharp Paintball, Planet Eclipse, GI Sports, HK Army, LoneWolfPaintball.com, Dive Paintball, DLS Lux, and Sup Air. So if you're in the local area, we have a great vendor show out here and a VIP area as well for the Premier Field. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media channels. You can see there NXL, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where you'll be able to find all this action on Facebook and I believe on YouTube. After this day's sets are over, and if you miss any of the WNXL action, make sure you go back and watch that on there as well. And then the WNXL has their Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, where they're having all the updated action there. And then always, if you need some information, go to nxlpaintball.com for vendor information, for scores from the last tournaments, who won. So we are looking at. Looks like they're going to have White Smoke. So funny enough, Marky Franz goes by White Smoke as his nickname, and last event he changed his jersey. Instead of saying Franz, it said #White Smoke, but we couldn't see it because of the rain, so we were calling him Whitaker. We're like, who's Whitaker? But no, it was White Smoke. So
we couldn't see on the field either at the last event. So.
Yeah, it was weather was a little wild there.
You just shoot at a spot and hope that somebody goes through it and the ref sees it.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Because they have to see out there too, right?
Yeah.
They're in the same conditions we are, and they don't get to come back and take off their masks and warm up for a second. They're out there all day working hard in some very tough conditions.
Yep.
It's rare is the paintball event that's 75 and sunny and beautiful all weekend long.
Yeah, we have here. The weather has been nice to us. A little bit of rain yesterday, just a little bit, which is good. A little leftover from Hurricane Nicole making her presence felt there. But right now, trying to figure out.
Looks like the fields and grounds fared a little better than the rainstorm we got during Sunshine State Open.
Oh yeah, that became a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, and. Water is wet, man.
Yeah, water is wet. So if you are, like I said, if you're out here in Kissimmee or in the local area, please feel free to stop by. If you're not able to make it anywhere around the world, if your flights got delayed, you weren't able to make it out, or canceled in some cases, right? We will have this free and live stream all weekend long as you're watching this amazing action. We have seen some great matches already this morning. And as we have a full day of paintball planned for you. So looks like the refs are still working on the clock. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break while they work this out. We will be back right after this. Back, everybody, to the 2022 NXL World Cup. We had a little bit of a technical timeout there. So what the refs were working out was there was an unsportsmanlike call that was called on the Padres for overshooting a ref. So during that time, they had the head commissioner of the Divisional NXL come over and assess the call. So Padres are going to be starting with 5 bodies. But a situation like that has to be worked out because it could dramatically affect the game as this bracket is pretty close.
And we are 5-on-5, it looks like.
So 3 minutes, 12
FSU
seconds.
Kind of pushing the issue up to the wall. And one of the Padres Dorito players getting shot. So now FSU up by 1 body and having that wall in the center. Slightly better position.
So on your screen right now, you can see FSU.
Back players are about mirrored up.
Yeah, they're back spots. Another player. Oh, and a minor penalty on Padres, taking another player, which is not going to help their efforts right now. They are down by 2. 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, I would towel it right now.
I agree. I would be heavily considering a towel if I were Padres.
There it is. Yeah, I mean, that is going to spot Notorious another point, but it does leave 2 minutes, 40 seconds to try to come back and tie it up.
Yeah, 5-on-2. you could win that point.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it'll take several minutes.
A team like the Padres, so this is the tough part. A team like the Padres can absolutely score a quick point. A team like Notorious can absolutely shut the field down.
Yep.
So that's going to be the dilemma there that we're going to have. Now, with that though, there is some opportunities here. Again, if you're just now tuning in, I'm Vince from Let's Talk Paintball, joined here by Dan Sensi from Distortion. So their bracket is extremely tight. And one of the things that we're worried about right now, obviously, is if Padres lose this match, right, and Notorious wins. Notorious is already sitting in, I believe, first place in the bracket.
Yes.
So it just gives them a better shot of winning. Now, Padres is sitting down in the lower section, but if they win this match, win the next match, it does give them a chance to move up and into that wild card spot. So in the bracket, there is going to be 2 teams from every bracket, 3 brackets right now, 18 teams that move in, and then 2 wild card from any of those brackets.
Whoever the next 2 best win-loss team is, and then of those win-loss teams, whoever has the best margin of those win-loss teams.
Yep, so out of 18, 8 will move on into Sunday. So as it sits right now, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We have 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Apologize for the long delayed break there. So if you can, like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, share this out. We will be live all weekend long here. If you've missed any of the great WNXL or semi-pro action so far, we do have that. We will have it recorded for you, so you can go back and watch that in the Facebook or, videos or YouTube as well.
So really important breakout here for the Padres.
So on the break right here.
They go for it. They get it. No, they don't get it.
Oh, Cyril Akit not able to make it into the snake.
And
no, keep going. So
looks like maybe somebody shot the buzzer by mistake.
Yeah,
inadvertent horn.
Inadvertent horn there. That's okay. You still have it going. Christ not loving life right now. So Christ, coach of the Padres, not happy at all right now.
Yeah, it's 5 bodies for FSU and 3 for Padres.
As the sun's starting to come out a little bit, so it's definitely going to start affecting these shots. So fog and sun. This is becoming a little bit of a weather.
Padres picking up a kill.
Yeah, weather's definitely going to start making an impact here for these teams. So
those players know they got to start pushing the issue.
Yeah, Ivan Gonzalez taking the walk there for Notorious. So the next guest lined up we were going to have Steve from SVP. Unfortunately,
Padres getting into the snake. That can really flip things if he plays this aggressive.
I was just going to say
FSU losing a body.
Wow.
So now 3-on-3.
Great job by Padres picking this
one.
back up.
Takes a trade, so 2-on-2.
So we had a
snake, and I don't know where the other Padres player is right now, against a mini wing and a Dorito Tower. For Dorito Tower.
Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, they have to push right now. This is the situation where they have to push in the guns. Padres.
Look how far rolled back that mini wing is.
Yeah,
he's not even bothering to shoot at a body.
See if he can make the cut right here. He can go
over the
top, get one.
What?
He can get the other.
Move.
Oh, that is. I don't know. That was a close one there.
You got the guy over the top clean.
Yeah.
Came through, traded with the second. So Padres will put up a point here.
So better points margin for them.
Smartly played by number 12 of the Padres.
So 34 seconds left to go in this match. Padres are going to go up by 1, or excuse me, they are going to score 1 point. Still down by 2, but 34 seconds down 2 points. Remember, semi-pro does not have ties, so this could potentially end in a tie. But what I was saying there is before all that action started happening is we had Steve from SVP Paintball on YouTube was going to stop by and be the guest commentator for the next match, but unfortunately the long technical timeout has put the schedule back, and he is currently coaching a team as well right now. So he had to go over, do some coaching duties for that team, so we will not have him in the booth with us. But there 34 seconds left in this match. We can see so 1:16 on the clock for break time.
Yeah, and this is where those pit crews are really, really important. People yelling for paint, for gun, for airs, knowing there's now 1 minute to get out on the field.
It looks like Notorious is sending out.
Get a good chrono in.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
That can always throw things for a loop.
Rodriguez, Huber, Sherman, and White Smoke out there. See Padres right now sitting out their fast line. Looks like they're going to go full court press here.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I would expect to see a big move here from Padres to storm through the center onto Notorious' side of the field. I would expect them to try to go wedge to wedge, just to try to get those quick kills at the center, because Notorious may counterattack and try to send somebody up to 50 to stop their movement.
You might grab a trade there. That's a good scenario.
So, yeah, big run up the center we're going to see. So he's going to go to the
here.
wall, see if he's going to wrap.
All right, looks 5-on-5, 30 seconds.
So
just shooting the zone out of that cannon center.
Yeah, Notorious all locked up there, not letting anybody move. Huber there in the middle, just
that can picking up the kill on the snake fill.
Yeah, he's going to get one.
That zone.
You can see Padres storming down right now, trying to see if they can get a penalty.
He shot him in his back. There's two.
So they lose Ivan Gonzalez as well. 5 seconds left to go, and he's going to get another
clean.
I don't know. That's a little. I don't like that. He just.
Yeah, not enough time there.
So they definitely just.
They brought that point with everything they had, and just not quite enough time.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where Padres definitely tried to push the best they could at the last second.
A very impressive effort.
I don't necessarily know.
2 players on their side of the field alive, clean, but didn't appear that they had enough time to hit the buzzer to snag that extra point.
Yeah, but but I mean, in a situation like that, I feel for the Padres, right? They were trying to do what they could, but just I think the level of frustration led to the last 2 seconds of that game where they absolutely just started going through and destroying the guys after the buzzer. I don't necessarily know about that, but that being said, Notorious is going to take the win there on that one against the Padres, so great job by them. Killers beat Ruthless Factory. So again, I'm Vince from Let's Talk Paintball. I was joined here by Dan Sensi from Distortion. I appreciate you out here with me. We have 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and run a commercial break, and we will see you soon.
Thanks for having me.